All right, thank you so much, Gina. Agencies that are supposed to protect at-risk kids right here in Arizona apparently aren't communicating with each other. That's according to state lawmakers who are now looking into why kids in state care are falling through the cracks and sadly ended up being murdered.
So a state senator is calling a DCS stakeholder meeting at the Capitol to identify problems and look for solutions. State Senator Corrine Werner says that there's a laundry list of flaws in the system that she wants to address when she convenes the Joint Legislative Oversight Committee on the Department of Child Safety next month. Among the issues, how suspected cases of abuse get reported to DCS and which reports warrant investigations. This after the most recent cases of those 3 cracks leading to the murder of 3 kids, 14-year-old Emily Pike, 16-year-old Zariah Dodd, and 10-year-old Rebecca Baptiste.
There's currently not a sharing of information between the tribe, CPS, and DCS, which is one of our goals that we hope to attain. Whatever that threshold or protocol was, clearly there was a problem here, and whoever was receiving those calls and seeing if that was something they were going to go investigate missed something very big here.
So when it comes to group homes, Werner is looking to get more education for workers on sex trafficking and what to look for. Child advocacy organizations like Child Help will also be a part of this meeting in September.
They're one of the many groups calling for change in the child abuse reporting system. This morning, Elena Kwan is joining us live from the Capitol to explain. Good morning, Elena.
Good morning. There were multiple reports to DCS for those 3 young girls who unfortunately ended up being murdered in the hands of what ended up being something that could have been preventable. And one child advocacy group that I spoke to tells me the reporting process likely failed these girls and potentially many Arizona children out there. I spoke to leaders at Child Help, a nonprofit that aims to prevent child abuse. They tell me there are many regulations and thresholds in place for a child abuse report to turn into an investigation. Child Help's Michael Maduro says if a report does not have very specific and statutory language, there will not be any action taken in the case. Although the system failed these girls, Maduro urges you to not lose faith in the process of child abuse reporting because it can still save kids' lives.
It's important to make reports to organizations like Child Help because where I would see state agencies like DCS as an enforcer of our laws, Child Help's the lifeline. Child Help is the organization that is going to help you understand how to make a report, is going to help you understand what information is necessary to make sure that a case doesn't move from just something that is worrying, but to move to an official investigation.
Maduro says anyone has the power to make a child abuse report. To learn more about how and where you can make a child abuse report, you can find out by clicking on this story that you see right here. That's on our AZ Family website. I reached out to the Department of Child Safety for comment, but we did not get a response. Scott Tess Maduro says one of the criticisms that he has towards the current system is that it is too reactive and it needs to come more proactive. And the first step to becoming that is by knowing the signs and symptoms of child abuse. I'll tell you more about that at 7, guys.